Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and today in this video, I want to share with you some tips, some tricks, and some mindset strategies around time management for workshops. Because one of the things that we all know as an audience member, and even as a trainer, time management is a critical skill. And whenever a session may go over time or even under time, it can really be a huge sign of unprofessionalism or a huge sign of poor planning or a huge sign of a lack of self-discipline by the trainer themselves. And so in today's video, I just wanted to share with you some simple things that you can use and implement to keep your time management even more proficient and efficient if you're running workshops. So the first thing I want to suggest is make a decision. Make a decision that you're going to make time management an important thing that you're going to master. Okay. So the first thing is make a decision, right? Because so many times people are out there training, delivering workshops and different things, and you wonder, do they really care about time or not? But the fact is, the audience always do. The audience do value their time, and as a trainer, you need to value their time too. All right. So the second thing I want to suggest is, and it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for a lot of people, but you need to become more time aware. You need to become more time sensitive. And one of the greatest ways to actually do that is to actually start timing yourself. Start timing yourself in terms of how long does it say, or how long does it take you to say things. Start timing yourself speaking for 1 minute. What does that feel like? Start timing yourself for speaking for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and have your stopwatch by your side as you're speaking, getting a sense of what 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes feels like. Because ultimately, you need to have a deep awareness of the passage of time. Okay. Now, next thing I want to suggest is going to stretch people a little bit, but inside the training room or inside the classroom or inside the seminar room, I want you to remove all of the clocks that the audience can see. You see, we need to be very aware of how our audience are experiencing time. And one of the greatest compliments you can ever receive as a trainer is if the audience at the end of the workshop say, "Oh, time just flew. I had no sense of time. Everything was just flowing." So ideally, if there's any clocks in the room that are visible by the audience, try and take them off the walls if you can. When you walk into the training room to set it up, remove all the clocks. This is a great tip and something I really implemented very early on. And it was a great way to remove distraction from the audience or allow the audience to fall into any any shape of being clock watchers, so to speak. All right, something we definitely want to avoid for our audience. Okay, so first one was make a decision. Second, become more time sensitive. Third is remove all the clocks that are visible for the audience. Next tip is I want to suggest that you, on the other hand, though, have multiple clocks visible for you. Okay, so what I often suggest to people is have a clock that's underneath the desk that you're presenting next to, or maybe the lectern or wherever it might be. So have a clock that's nearby you. If you're lucky to be on stage, then you're going to have a time counter, which is great. But also, you've got your own watch. Now, ideally, don't let the audience see you looking at your watch because they're going to think that you are not being present for them. So you want to have your clock that's hidden under the desk someplace. You're going to have your own clock. You're also maybe going to have another clock as well. Maybe it's a stopwatch to time activities. Okay, so you're going to have multiple ways to tell the time. Now, here's a caveat though: do not make your phone your clock, so to speak, because what happens if you get a phone call, or what happens if you need to use it for other reasons? Avoid using your phone as your clock. Now, the last thing I'll say for time management is be very precise in terms of knowing what you're actually looking to achieve in your session. You see, things will take longer or shorter. And I always do suggest to people when you're planning a session, build in sponge time, build in a little bit of like elasticity so that if things do go extra time, that's okay, right? But the thing I don't want to suggest to you is definitely have very clear in your own mind what is your learning outcome, or what is your transformational outcome that you're trying to achieve for the audience. And have that clear and top of mind throughout your entire session, and be thinking, what is the one activity or what is the one thing that we need to do to create that ultimate transformation? And knowing that anything and everything that you do should be leading towards that. And if you need to cut things out in order to get there quicker, that's okay. But know that in life and in learning environments, you do have a set period of time. So you do need to be time sensitive. You do need to value every minute, every second, and you do need to start to become even more aware of how long things take, and start to become, I guess, very measured and very aware of, if you do a task, if you do an activity with an audience, how long does it actually take? Record that. Make a identify that. And in your own mind, go, all right, cool, that actually took X period of time. So when I run it next time, it's going to take X period of time, or maybe longer, maybe shorter. But get proactive in managing your time. It's one of the greatest skills that you will see great presenters, trainers be able to do very effectively from stage. And the amateurs will run over time, the amateurs will run out of content, but the professionals are very, very good at an unconscious level of managing the audience's time and their own time as well, to achieve the ultimate learning outcomes that they are looking to achieve. Okay, time management in a learning environment is a skill that's very underlooked, but is critically important, and is one of the signs of, is this trainer taking this session professionally and seriously, or are they just going in there and just going through the motions? All right. So hopefully this video was valuable. Hope you got something out of it. If you got any other further questions about time management as a presenter or trainer, feel free to pop a question down below. But otherwise, hope you got some value from it. And thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.